Welcome to another video from my simultaneous bilateral hip replacement diary. This one is a slightly longer one than normal. It's a compilation video showing the first week of surgery and recovery. Hope you enjoy it and find it useful. Morning all. So today's the day of my my big op, my bilateral hip replacements. Early start this morning, and yeah, 4:45 alarm so that I could get a cup of black tea in before 5 o'clock, which is my nil by mouth time. I've showered last night and this morning and coated myself top to bottom with the chlorhexidine wipes, which hopefully will prevent any infections getting transferred from my skin. Yeah, slightly scared. Hair's gone very fluffy because I've had to wash it twice in 24 hours, and it normally gets washed once a week whether it needs it or not. But yeah, not long to go now till check-in, and yeah, see you soon. Bye. Once I checked into the hospital, I was shown to my room, which was a very nice large room and had a balcony. I was issued with a pair of TED stockings to stop me from getting a DVT, and also a pair of grippy sticky socks to wear over the top. And then the surgeon came in and drew the arrows on my legs to show which hips needed replacing, which obviously was both in this instance. He did mark them 1 and 2 though, to show that the right hip was to be done first, followed by the left. So bilateral hip replacement day 1. I've had the surgery. I came out about 4.5 hours ago, I think. Apparently it all went well. They managed to do both hips, replaced with dual mobility implants. I wanted to do a video as soon as I came out, but I was just too groggy. So it's I waited this long. So far, I've had the X-rays. That was probably the worst thing so far. Got me back to my room. The nurses have been lovely. No pain, tiny bit of soreness in one of the incisions, left hip. Feelings gradually coming back to my legs. Had a visit from the lovely physios a few minutes ago, and they managed to get me out of bed, up on my feet, walked a few steps with a walker, sat on a chair, which I can't believe I could do that already, and then back into bed. I will say it was definitely worth doing all the prehab exercises over the summer and getting my upper body strength up, because I can shift myself in and out of bed just using my arms. Don't have to worry about being able to lift my legs up, so that was really useful. Now got the ice machine on the left hip. Something that seems really weird, my right hip has always been the worst one since I was 13 years old. And now, and it also always, the foot pointed outwards. But now my foot points straight forwards and it moves more easily than the left one. So it's really weird. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Update you again soon. Over and out. Here's me on day 1. Getting out of my chair with the help of the lovely physio, and making my way with crutches to the bathroom.
Okay.
The 2 bags you can see hanging around my neck are the pain buster packs. Now these contain local anaesthetic, which was drip fed by tubes directly into my hip joints. So I was never in any pain, and this meant I could get mobile very quickly. In the next picture you can see the tubes going into the hip joints. Simultaneous bilateral hip replacements, day 2. It's been a really busy day today. Woke up, didn't really sleep last night because the bed's so flipping hard. The hips were fine, but my back was killing me. But had a really busy day of physio, done 3 physio sessions, which is incredible. They had me walking to the gym with crutches, taking myself to the bathroom, even managed to get my own pants on, which was unbelievable, and I feel a lot more human for it. Walked up a full flight of stairs and back down again. Been on the exercise bike for 10 minutes, done lots of different leg lifts and mini squats, all at an absolute snail's pace. There's absolutely no rushing on this job. You have to take your time, and don't push anything. I know I've said this before, but I am so glad I did a lot of prehab exercise. Having strong arms and upper body makes so much difference, because I can haul myself about when the legs don't work properly. I can haul myself about with my arms. The good leg, bad leg thing I was concerned about before the op, because all the literature and the videos out there say, lead with the operated leg and follow with the unoperated, or one way, whichever way around it is. And obviously I've got 2 operated legs, but they are taking it in turns to be good leg, bad leg. So there's always one is slightly better than the other. So I treat that as the unoperated leg, and the worst one, the stiffer one, as the operated leg. But yeah, all good so far. Really, really pleased with my progress. Saw my x-rays, and the surgeon's done an amazing, tidy job. They just look absolutely spotless, symmetrical, which is the first for me. Legs the same length. All good. Really happy at the moment. Just looking forward to getting to my own bed tomorrow. I was discharged from hospital 2 days after my surgery date at around lunchtime. They removed the tomb pain buster packs, which was, to my surprise, completely painless process. And then they issued me with a gazillion boxes of different drugs with very specific instructions on when to take them. The journey home was fairly grueling and not something I'd want to repeat. We had a 6-hour drive home from London to Somerset, stopped twice at service stations on the way so that I could get out and move around and have a cup of coffee. And I got to try out the joys of service station disabled toilets, which I can tell you leave something to be desired. I was sent home with waterproof dressings over both of my incisions. I was told I could have a shower if I wanted to, but I decided I thought it was safest just to leave well alone, so I just used body wipes for the first few days. So the day after getting home, I decided to attempt the front stairs. I did manage it right to the top and back down again, but it did take me nearly 3 minutes. And it was only when I got to the top that I realised that our banister rail was actually a foot shorter than it needed to be to get safely to the top step. But fortunately, the physios in the hospital had taught me really well how to cope and using the crutch as support. So I get my leg pumps in at the same time. The banister runs out.
Are you turning round?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Note to people: make sure the banister goes right to the top of the stairs.
putting your best foot forward, or maybe both of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to alternate because I haven't decided yet today which is good leg, which is bad leg.
And a look of triumph.
Also on the day after I got home, I decided to attempt a walk outside using both crutches. One of the great things about having both hips done at once is I didn't have any residual limp, so I wasn't favouring one side over the other. So I've been able to walk straight from day one. On this occasion I got about 50 yards up the road and then I had to turn around and go back because I was absolutely exhausted. And we all know nothing makes you feel better than a little bit of retail therapy. Here's a couple of fairly funny t-shirts I managed to find for sale on Amazon. Part of my recommended physio for rehab is riding a stationary bike, and I was lucky enough to be able to borrow one from a friend in town that I can keep for a couple of months, and then he's going to want it back. Now I needed to find something that was really stable and that I could reduce the resistance on to almost zero. It also needed to have a high seat so that I could be sitting almost directly above the pedals and not leaning forwards, and this spin bike fitted the bill just perfectly. Throughout my first week of recovery, my carer and companion throughout has been my little dog, Little Treasure. She's done a sterling job of looking after me. She's always ahead of me when I go from one room to another, and she cuddles up on my bed with me and keeps me warm. Bless you, Little Treasure. So just to summarise my first week of rehab and recovery from bilateral hip replacement surgery, things that have amazed me are that I've had very, very little pain in my hips, and I've been able to weight bear on both legs right from day one. The hips have taken it in turns to be good hip, bad hip. So any advice that I've seen out there saying, you know, use the operated leg to do this and the unoperated leg to do that, I've just swapped that for good leg this, bad leg that, and as I say, they take it in turns. So it's always quite interesting. I never know which hip's going to be the good one on any day, but they've both been brilliant, to be honest. Surprises, I didn't get on with the codeine drugs, had to give them up very quickly. Gave me terrible nightmares, not to mention the constipation, which everybody knows about. The single worst thing by far has been trying to sleep at night. Now, I know that a lot of people have issues trying to sleep on their back, but for me the main issue has been rib and back pain at night. It wakes me up about every hour, occasionally an hour and a half during the night. And I assume that some of this is down to my scoliosis. I have a twisted spine, and this is presumably adjusting after having my hips straightened up. But also I think it's the effect of using crutches, because I'm reliant on 2 crutches quite a lot during the day. The tension builds up in the small muscles between my ribs, and when I try and relax at night, this comes back and haunts me. But I'll get through it. It's improving. Each night it gets a little bit better, and I'm sure by the time I'm 2-3 months down the road, it'll be a distant memory. So all in all, it's been a great week. I've made huge progress. I've had very little pain in the hips, and it's all looking great for a really bright future.